the chicken recipe, dish recipe. But let me, it's gonna start cooking. We're gonna use some high heat, so I'm gonna open up some of the windows, aerate, let the air flow through this little wonderful little apartment we got. And here we go. What do we want to start with? The rice is probably gonna take a while, so I want to start with the rice. Me. Like, a little bit of water in here. So we're gonna dry it out. Dry it out a little bit. I'm gonna start with rice. And I'm actually gonna use a hack with this rice that I'm gonna experiment with. And that hack is I'm gonna cook this rice with, what's up, Kate? How did I know that was gonna be Kate? What's up, Kate? I saw a name from distance and I knew that was gonna be Kate. So we're gonna start with this rice. But we're not just gonna do any rice. We're gonna do a rice that that's cooked with broth. We're gonna do a broth rice. So let's go ahead and start. Basically, what is the recipe? It's like 2 to 1, 2 water, 1 cup of rice to 1.5 cups of water. Okay, I like my brown rice to be a little bit softer, so we're gonna add extra water. We're gonna add 2 cups. We're also gonna add some broth. So maybe that's what we should do. We should do a cup of broth for 2 cups. So 2 cups would be 3. 2 cups would be 3 cups, and then a half cup, maybe like a little bit more than a half cup of broth. So let's do 2 cups of rice here. Knock out 2 cups of rice. What's going on, Kate? Kate is back at the house. Amazing. Were you not at the house before? What happened? Were you at your place of business? Very amazing. But we're all doing this totally from beginning to finish, pretty much from scratch. You know, I didn't farm my own chickens. I didn't harvest my own rice. I didn't, make my own salt. I didn't mine my own salt. But pretty much from all just raw and, as raw ingredients as possible is what we're aiming for here. So brown rice is a way to go. I like brown rice. Brown rice has a good flavor. It's healthy. It's more fibrous, I think, is the secret to brown rice. So 2 cups of that, which means we need 3 cups of water. And then I'm going to do I'm going to do 2 cups water, and then add 1 more cup of water plus a little extra. Plus 1 cup, and then we're going to throw in some broth, plus some of our other ingredients here. Got a nice broth right here. Nice broth. Some olive oil, which we're going to use in a few moments. And you know what? Maybe we'll throw... Let's just use this broth. Snap this open. Boom. Let's see, how do we get this out? Oh yeah, I had a nice ice cream scooper. Let me grab this. So we'll have to be more prepared next time with the right exact materials for the cooking, but gotta clean off a little spoon here. And let's see, we got Omi. Kate's gonna be at the grandma's house. What are you doing with grandma? Are you cooking for her? Are you gonna cook for grandma? You should learn a recipe to cook for your grandma, or bring her a handmade creative gift. She would probably love that. Or not. I don't know your grandma. Some grandparents are just very picky about what they get, and they don't like anything. I don't know what your grandmother is like. So, we can't assume all grandmothers are the same, because everybody's pretty much different, right? So we're doing some broth into this rice here, a broth base. So we're gonna have a flavored rice. That's about 1 cup of bone stock. Let's go ahead and stir this up so that the stock gets a chance to be a part of the liquid that the rice is in. Let this fat, let the beef materials kind of soak in. And there we go. All right, so let's heat this up. We're gonna cook our rice first. Let that just sit on high until we don't need it anymore. Might need to wash this thing again. Throw on our tub here. Let's start this rice dish, shall we? Oh, another thing I need to prepare. Oh, I didn't think of this. Did not think of this. But we're gonna do that right now. Let's go clean another pot here. My water pressure just dropped. All right, so we're going to take this. We need to get some water boiling before we get started. But we can do quite a lot as we move on. Kalista Q, nice pan set. Yo, this is an absolutely fantastic pan set. Thank you for noticing. Originally I thought this was gonna be a wok. It's not light enough to do all the fancy wok tricks. It's not light enough. I need 2 hands to be able to effectively flip things. So sadly, you're not gonna be able to do all that. But this is 14 inches, and it provides an amazing large surface if you want to cook larger meals. You could cook for 3 or 4 people. A meal for 3, 4, maybe even 5 people with this if you use certain recipes. So the meals I typically have been making with it are very large. It's not as light enough to be able to do the whole wok flippy thing. I don't know how to do that anyway. I've never learned, and I don't think I'm ever going to need to. So that's not really that important. Although when I first got this, I was like, hey, maybe I can learn. But it's not a priority. Not urgent. So whatever. But first, let's start off. What are we going to use? We got this right here. This is a garlic confit. So originally I had cooked this. Ow, that's actually a good solid spring. But this was a olive oil that was cooked in. This is a lot of garlic that was cooked in olive oil, heated for 3 hours in the oven. And basically what that does is it creates some very soft garlic with tons and tons of olive oil that just has this amazing, delicious garlic flavor. So that's what's in that right now. We're going to go ahead and pull some of it out. Let me find a good spoon. Nice thing to spoon it out. I'm going to spoon some of this out, and this is how we're going to start our dish with this oil. And it just smells amazing. It has a delicious smell. And this is just solidified olive oil. So we're going to start with a lot of the solidified olive oil. Nice amount of solidified olive oil. And that's going to be the base of our dish here. That's a little too much. Maybe even more than this. Let's see. Let this olive oil fall out. Let's see. There we go. Come on. Let's grab our knife here. Honestly, we probably even use more olive oil. Never have enough olive oil. Delicious garlic confit olive oil, right? You can always use more. And what I'm looking forward to is finally getting to the bottom of this batch here. Bottom of this batch of olive oil. Because that's where it's going to get all the garlic. Let's see what Omizu's criticisms are for the day. Bell peppers are too easy. You want to see broccoli or cauliflower? Have you not been watching? I've been using broccoli. I don't like carrots, first of all, so I'm not going to use carrots. I might use them once in a while just to like please people, but I don't like carrots myself. You know what we will use today, though? Oh, I do have some carrots, but they're bad now. These are some old veggies that have gone bad, so I'm going to throw them away. Gotta use fresh veggies. Let's see what's in here. You know what I will use? I will use some lemons. Got this big bag of bell peppers and broccoli. These veggies are no good. Steamed veggies, no good. Let's see what other veggies. We got onions. I wonder if I should just throw in these tomatoes. Why not? Throw in these fresh tomatoes. Tomatoes will add some flavor. What else can I get creative with? Oh yeah, I want to add this miso flavor. So we've got some of our ingredients. Miso's complaining about the veggies. We're gonna throw in some citrus flavors and all of that. So let's see. Let's go like this. This clock is annoying. Why is this clock here? No one uses this clock.
Move it.
Just takes up space.
Move it.
Doesn't do anything useful in this area.
Move it.
I moved it. I'm over exaggerating
Yes, you're complaining.
for the sake of entertainment.
You're complaining.
I'm complaining as entertainment. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we got. What do we got? Umizu, the criticism from Umizu. Cook lots of bell peppers. I had the mushrooms yesterday. The mushrooms are there. I don't have any more mushrooms today though. I didn't pick up any extra veggies. So we're actually gonna start. Let me see how hot this is right now. Alright, so the rice is boiling, which means I could turn it ultra low. I'm just gonna turn it ultra low here. And then this water needs to be boiling on here so that I can blanch the chicken. And let me get our chicken out of the fridge, actually. Pull our chicken out of the fridge here. Huzzah! And we got our chicken out of the fridge. What do we do now? What's the next step? What happened to my little scooper that I literally just washed? Okay, there we go. It's right here. So let's throw these veggies in here. We're gonna cook our veggies first. Broccoli, bell peppers. Let's put this baby on high. Ignite that, set that on fire. All the veggies. See, broccoli, bell peppers. Broccoli and bell peppers right now. Look at that. See, we got some extra veggies. Kate Brieford has sent a golden poo. Yes. The golden poop has arrived. Thank you, Kate. We all need a golden poop once in a while. If you haven't had a golden poop in a while, you need one. The golden poo. There we go. All right, so we're gonna squeeze lemon citrus into here. This is gonna be our specialty flavor this time. And actually we're going to save some of this for later. When the actual cooking starts. We're going to clean our tomatoes so that we have them for in the next few moments. Clean up our tomatoes. I'm not even going to cut the tomatoes, honestly. I'm just going to let them do their job. Rinse these tomatoes off. You know what? Let's just throw these tomatoes in. Who cares? Let's see how this turns out. I'm experimenting. We are experimenting. So what do we got here? Gotta clean this wood platter thing off. So let's rinse this off again.
All that yummy stuff.
All right, let's get our onions and scallions and get our scallops and scallions.
You can hear it clean.
Wow, Kate, a floating heart and a golden poo. Kate is absolutely running the show right now as far as being the #1 fan. Thank you, Kate. Really appreciate you.
You know that the dishes in the right side of the sink are clean?
Yeah, I know some of them are, but stuff has been poured on top of them that makes them not clean. No, but all right. The golden poo. Yeah, I know. It does cost real dinero. So thank you, Kate, for being such a wonderful support of this channel. Really appreciate it. Your support goes a long way. It helps. It helps.
Golden Poo is supporting your channel? Golden Poo supports your channel?
A golden poo does support the channel, yes.
Really?
Very much so, yeah.
Wow.
The golden poo, the gift of the golden poo.
Nice.
So what's the point of cooking the vegetables ahead of time? Technically, you're supposed to cook these vegetables right after the chicken. I think that's how they do it. But for me, what I want to do is I want to let these vegetables cook first so that some of the flavors get burned off onto the plate here. So I want, the onions and some of the shallots and some of the bell peppers to leave what's called fond. And fond is what happens when you have like the little brown pieces that are on here. The little pieces of brown fond that get left over from the charred, I don't want to say charred, but like, heated vegetables. And when your vegetables cook just enough, but not too much, they leave behind this flavoring that I can use for when I do finally put in the the chicken and everything. But I have this other burner on. It's on low right now. I got stuff boiling. I'm gonna let this chicken here cook. These veggies cook for a few moments. So we're just gonna let that heat up on high. And we've got chicken over here that I'm going to. It's velveting, which means you put starch on it and everything, and it's gonna help keep the like a nice soft tender chicken. I'm gonna throw that, and it's called blanching. So you throw it in like hot or boiling water for like 20 to 30 seconds, and then you cook. But before I can even cook, I need to prepare these veggies because I want to have not only fond in here, but I want to be able to cook the veggies enough. Because what happens is if I cook the chicken, then I might overcook the veggies, or I might not cook the veggies enough. I like my veggies soft and flavorful, so I need to prepare them ahead of time. So that's the thinking that's coming into place. But once this all gets going, this is an absurdly easy. Justin Gower, God, it looks so good. Freaking hungry. Well, if somebody is in the Los Angeles area, within reasonable distance, I might just consider bringing you a dish as part of this live stream.
Water is
That would be a consideration, really. Velvet covered chicken sounds healthy. Not going to be able to digest the textiles. Yes, I will make a plate and bring it and live stream the whole thing. So here we go. We're letting these veggies sog up a little, as Omizu likes to put it. Omizu likes to turn everything into something else. I like veggies that are soft. Omizu calls soggy vegetables. You can't eat for 24 hours. You have to fast. Oh no. Well, I will be painting in a little while this evening, maybe. So maybe stay tuned for that stream and avoid the cooking stream. Up to you. But here we go. The vegetables are definitely cooking. I can already see the broccoli softening up. I want to let the fond, let all these veggies like separate, the onions, the bell peppers. See how the rice is going. The rice is still boiling, which is great. All the flavors are boiling into the rice. Got my shallots. Got the bell peppers cooking. After tonight, I just might not use any more bell peppers after Omizu's criticisms of bell peppers. If only I knew that Omizu had an issue with bell peppers, I might have considered a different vegetable. But I think bell peppers are a great vegetable. I think they have a lot of health benefits. They've got like citrus or like, whatever's in peppers. I don't know, I'm making it up. I feel like bell peppers are a healthy vegetable. They gotta be. Aren't all vegetables pretty healthy? Or if anything, it's just got lots of fiber. If anything, it's lots of fiber. Right? So let's let this all sit for a few moments here. Let it sit on high heat. Let the flavors simmer. Take care, Dave. Yo! Dave, the buddy Dave. The buddy Dave. What's up, Dave? We're Dave's buddies, everybody. He has never said anything nice to us. Dave has never said anything nice like that to us before. This is something different. What's going on with Dave? Dave must have gotten into a relationship. Dave, who's the lucky person, huh? People always change when they have not been in a relationship for a while and they get into a new one. There's always some spark in them. But anyway, isn't that interesting though, right? I'm willing to bet that Dave has found somebody. Good job, Dave. We should all celebrate with Dave, for Dave. All right, so here's all the veggies. The veggies are pretty much done for now. And what we're gonna do, so let me turn this off high heat for a second. And we're going to separate our veggies and put them into here. So I want to separate our veggies, put them into here. Let some of this liquid from the veggies simmer. Honestly, I would love to just be able to pick this all up with one hand, but this is a really heavy, it's a really heavy duty, like iron, steel, metal device for cooking, so I can't really, and it's an awkward shape, so it's not exactly the easiest to be able to pick up and pour. Let's try it. We're gonna do a quick, once I get some of the veggies out, I can. Yeah, once some of the veggies are out, I can do this, but not when it's in full. There we go. All right, so now that we've got this, we've got some veggies over here. Let's go Let's go push these. Let's get this on high heat again. You know what? I'm sure some of the oil has disappeared, so I want to add some more oil again. I want to re-add our oil into this. Our olive oil cooked with garlic. So scraping some of the veggies in the center, the leftover veggies. And let's go bring back that oil here. Bring in some of this oil. Isn't it weird that like in elementary school that people would like make fun of people for having a boyfriend or girlfriend, right? Now that I think of it, I'm not making fun of Dave, by the way. But you know, like middle school, like Dave's got a girlfriend or whatever, right? Or boyfriend or whatever people's preferences are. That's not, the preference isn't the point. But it's interesting to think that like as kids, you can be made fun of for that. Isn't that wild? Let's have some adult talk right now, right? Like, how can that possibly manifest in an adult? A kid gets into a relationship and they get made fun of for it. That's not healthy, right? As an adult, that can cause issues or something. There's a lot of oil in here. Really heating up these veggies and everything. So we're gonna go ahead and blanch our chicken and start putting it in here. We're gonna blanch a lot of chicken. Let's blanch this chicken here. So first, you just take all the chicken and you put it in boiling water, hot to boiling water, for about 20 to 30 seconds. So 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Here's an issue. So this spoon is one that's going to carry on water. So I want to find a different device here. Let's do this one. Is this one clean? What a device that's going to not hold the water. Oh, that's not going to work. Dang. Alright, we're just going to have to deal with it. Just going to have to deal with the fact that a lot of water in it. Alright, let's get a little bit more chicken in here. Gonna blanch some more chicken. Ten, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I was gonna say we could throw some blueberries into this too. There we go. Let's start cooking. Get this chicken in there. So the problem with what I'm doing now is the chicken's probably going to cook a little uneven. There's going to be some chicken that's cooked more than others, but you know, it'll all even out at the end, hopefully. So blanched chicken. Let's go blanched chicken. 1, 2 pieces right here. Let's get 3 more pieces here. A lot of liquid, and we're gonna go put this away. Let's start stirring up our chicken here. Get this stirred fried. Get this on high heat. So just got, whoa, Omizu. 10 months, 10 months Omizu, the celebration of 10 official months. More bell peppers, old school Dave, reinstate Kate. Just got, what am I making? I'm making a chicken dish, but we're a little far in because yesterday I velveted all this chicken. So all this chicken was velveting overnight, which basically, you know, you use starch and other flavors to marinate / give it this texture that helps it maintain its softness, its tenderness. So right now we're cooking all the chicken, and now we're gonna dump our veggies on top. More bell peppers. But the first step is to really just get this chicken cooked. Get the flavors into the chicken. Get the chicken nice and, you know, cooked. Doesn't have to be totally thorough. But I need to cook it a little bit more thoroughly because all the vegetables are gonna get onto the dish. This is just hot water that blanches the chicken. So I'm just learning these techniques. Apparently blanching chicken is when you velvet the chicken to prepare it for cooking, and then you throw it in some hot or boiling water to let the outside get this texture. And then once you start cooking it, it creates this, you know, this effect. So we're gonna actually start cooking now. Let's throw our garlic. This is some minced garlic in here. We're going to throw that in there. Throw that in there. There we go. Back in the freezer. You know what? Let's squirt some of the lime juice all up in here, just to get those citrus flavors all up in there. And throw this lemon away. And you know what? I want some blueberries too. Let's try this. Let's throw some blueberries into this chicken. How do blueberries and chicken sound? Sounds delicious, right? Sounds awesome. Let's throw some blueberries in there. I don't know how this is going to affect the dish, but I hope it's for the best. So we're going to let our blueberries sit and cook into this. The garlic, the scallions. And all these flavors just meld together. The blueberry flavors. And in a few moments, we're going to throw in some veggies. We'll throw our veggies on top. So pretty easy dish so far. This is like just wildly simple. You know, because the blueberries are going to add that salty, sweet and sour flavor naturally. And that's not bad. That's a good thing, right? The sweet and sour flavor, the natural sweet and sour flavors. And if only, that's the one experience that I can't share that's so great about this right now is the smells. I'm a very smell-oriented person. And, you know, it's like I have like a heightened sense of smell. And I feel like it's an interesting thing because it's the one thing that you really can't share with people on the internet, right? Like, you can share, or flavor. Like touch, I don't know, you can't share touch either. I guess there's a lot of things you can't share with people on the internet, but, you know, the sense of smell, right? It's so hard to share with people on the internet because it's chemicals. It's always going to be a chemical that is there, right? So get our vegetables, we're just dumping our vegetables right on top here. Getting those vegetables all right on the top there. We're going to let these all cook together for a few moments. Let this all simmer together and cook. Let the blueberry flavors meld in. Heat up. Get the tomatoes going. And just nice, I'm letting this all cook in nice high heat though. See, how's this rice doing? Oh, still a little bit of boiling water in the rice. So let's see. Get this high heat. And next what we're going to do, we're going to let this cook for a moment. But what we're going to do is we're going to throw in this broth. So I made this like beef broth base the other day. And basically just stock. And I throw this in there and it's going to add a lot of flavor to it. So I'm going to throw, not all of it. Well, maybe I should throw all of it. I don't know. I'm going to throw a lot of it in there. But in a moment or so, like, subscribe, hit it. Like, subscribe. Kathy is here. Kathy says cold. Michelle, oh, Hawaii is cool. Chicago, welcome from Chicago. Aloha from Hawaii. Oh, am I putting any sauce on it? So right now, there's no sauce. The sauce is going to be made with all of the flavors that are in here. Omizu, that sounds like a terrible idea, dude. I'm not going to put any... You know, with painting, when it comes to painting, I'll be like, Omizu, that's a good idea. But cooking, I don't know, man. I don't mind experimenting with painting. But when it comes to cooking, you know, if it doesn't sound like a good idea, it just probably isn't, right? So a lot of the colors from the blueberries are actually coming out and they're simmering into the chicken, which is interesting. So it's like a blueberry chicken. And I don't think we're gonna need much water, but I will add in this broth here. So let's try to find a way to scoop out some of this broth. No, we can just dump it out. Let's just dump out some of this broth here. And I only want to dump out like half. So I want to save a little bit more for soup later, for another day. So our broth there going right on top. A lot of water content in this right now. A lot of water content. All the veggies, all the fruits. What's going to help to thicken this and create a sauce is potato starch. So that's going to be our secret is potato starch here. Once this all continues to get going. I'm going to throw some miso on here. Right now, really just throwing on the flavors that we're going to have in this. I really just love bombarding all of my food with just random flavors. Good flavors, not random. Because this isn't random at all. It's very specific, actually. I think miso is like a miracle flavoring. Let's get that miso in there. Let's get salt and pepper. So we're gonna throw salt. Let's get some salt in here. It's a big plate, so we can use quite a significant amount of salt. There's a lot of water content. So let's get that salt in there. A couple dashes of MSG. And let's see, all-purpose garlic herb seasoning. So we're gonna throw that in here, just a little bit. Let's go ahead and stir this all up. Get this all stirred. Got our water, our ingredients. Gonna let all these flavors soak together, melt together. It's a lot of liquid content per usual, but I feel like discovering potato starch is just so amazing, because I never realized, like, usually I would just look at this and be like, oh, it's a soup. I don't want a soup. But once you start to add potato starch, it creates this, like, it just lets everything start to mix together. So my bell, I can't experiment with cooking just like paint. You're right. You're not a cook, just wing it. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just giving Omizu crap. I guess Omizu can sometimes get me to say smart things, but also sometimes it gets me to say things that I don't even know what I'm, Because I agree now that, yes, you can experiment with cooking, just like I'm doing with the blueberries. But having been here for 10 months, Omizu knows how to push my buttons. Or having been a member of the channel for 10 months, he knows how to push my buttons, so there you go. Mizu is the button pusher. Alright, so let this cook. Give it a little bit more salt. Because there's going to be a lot of like sweet flavors. And just another little hint of this. And then what else? We need soy sauce. Soy sauce, wherever the soy sauce was. Where's my soy sauce? Here we go. Soy sauce. Need some cooking wine. Some sesame oil. I love using sesame oil to cook. And we're going to use some rice cooking wine. Rice cooking wine, there we go. A little bit of that. Stir that up a bit. Let those flavors come together. And then in a moment we're going to throw in our starch, and that's just going to help us get all of the let's get all the sauces and the flavors to stick together, so that it's not just a giant pot of liquid. And here we go. So let's do this. Let's get our potato starch going. Where's my potato starch? Oh, what happened to my potato starch? Cat! Where's my potato starch? Never mind, found it. Alright, let's get this potato starch. I'm gonna just dump it in here. I don't actually know if it's good to like dump potato starch directly over top, because the steam and everything. That's a little bit of potato starch. Start with this first, just to get things coming along. Start start to get everything to come together. I'll even add a bit more in a moment. Start with a little bit at first. So Chicago. So Michelle, what do you usually cook? Tell it. Can you share about your recipes? Like obviously cooking is a subject of high interest to you. Clearly, clearly that is your thing. Am I keeping people in line? Why, Emmett, what? I love titanium white on a wing and a prayer. Yeah. So look at my cat. He's waiting for the meal. Scout, what are you doing, bud? You just waiting for a meal? Huh? He's sitting at the table already? You at the table already? You think it's time for you I think if he sits there, he's gonna get first dibs on our plate here. So I will say that the color of this is a bit murky. It's like a purple. Usually you want it like a brown red, like a really dark red. But it's a more of a purple now. I think that has a lot to do with the blueberries, which is, that's fine, right? But the blueberries have all but disintegrated pretty much, and hopefully they properly lend their flavors to our food. And now we are almost wrapping up here as I do these final stirs, and then we're gonna tune out. But look, it took about 47 minutes to make this. Obviously there was a lot of prep work, like some of the other live streams required more prep work, but hey, the prep work, if you just keep it going, it just becomes a part. Yesterday it took about an hour to fully finish everything, but today, pretty quick. So friends, 4K. So Michelle loves to cook, which is great. Found a gravy recipe. Oh, Mizu found a gravy recipe. Well, Mizu, if you figure out how to do a cooking show, I will come see your gravy recipe. All right, so here we go. That's it. That's our dish. Scout will say grace. What's up, 4K? Hey, Cat, lunch is ready. Dinner's ready. Lunch, dinner. This will probably end up being lunch and dinner. Alright, so let's see how this turns out. Our rice is cooked very nicely. Took me a little longer, but let's see. Cook the rice for a little bit longer. Got a lot of liquid still at the bottom, so might be a little hard, this rice. Alright, so you've got some nice fresh brown rice going. Alexa, set timer for 8 minutes. Alright, let's do a taste test and then I'm going to sign off here. I want to do a little taster test here. Check this out. So blueberries, I think, is the really unusual ingredient in this. Oh wait, Michelle, let's check out Michelle's. You cook a variety of things. Last night, Italian sausage, zucchini, sausage and fresh garlic seasonings. Zucchini, bake it on mozzarella. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that sounds amazing. So Italian with Texas toast. So Italian Texan mix. That sounds pretty incredible. Got to do a show about that, or a recipe. You know what I gotta say? I thought there would be a lot more flavor on this, but I think the flavor is a lot more subtle than usual. Something, I thought with all the blueberries there would be a lot sweeter, but it still has that like typical savory kick of a Chinese restaurant sauce, but it doesn't have as much of what you might expect from the blueberry or the fruit. It's good. It's tasty. It's good flavors. I just thought it would be a lot heavier. But overall, I give myself an A+. So Mizu's explaining how to cook something. It's my Van Gogh seat. I went to the immersive Van Gogh exhibit. Hey, cat. Oh, you know who else is here? Look. Look who else is here. What's up with this guy, huh? What's up with him? He's here as I eat my meal. Scott, what you up to, bud? Hanging out on the boxes, bro? Is that you think it's cool to just hang out up there? Had enough. Wow, you got a long nail, pal. It's a long nail. It's a very long nail. Very sharp, long nail. Well, I gotta learn from Omizu about the Capote thing, but I'm gonna wrap this stream up. So those of you that tuned in, thanks. That little 53-minute cooking show. Thanks for being a part of it. And let's see. Shout out to everybody, of course. Michelle for joining in on these great conversations around food and cooking. Sounds like Michelle's got some really interesting recipes. Omizu, Kate, the #1 fan, like weeks in a row. Amazing, thank you. And she gave us some wonderful little treasures and gifts. Friends for 4K. And let's see, Dave, of course, who said something nice today. So pretty sure he's Kathy. All right, there we go. Running through the stream to do the shout outs, but I think I got almost everybody. Kathy, there's 2 Kathys in this live stream today. All right, so that's it. Wrap up the stream shout out. Take care, everybody.